Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today I thought I could give you a more in-depth look into how I fill out my reading journal. So I have recently finished a couple of books that I have not included or put into my reading journal yet. So I have Spy Family Volume 1 by Tatsuya Endo, and I have My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyin Khan Braithwaite. So I need to enter these two in my reading journal, and I thought I could bring you along to show you how I do that. So this is my reading journal. It's in a Leuchtturm 1917 A5 dotted journal, and I'm just going to go ahead and open up to my 2022 start date. I will link up a flip through of all of these pages up above if you're interested in seeing what I did in previous years, but this is how my 2022 journal starts. So I have this A to Z challenge, and I will just check. I don't think anything works. I already have the S for Spy Family, and I already have the M for My Sister the Serial Killer, so I can't put anything there. So then I flip to these pages here, which is just a list of the books I've read. So, oh look, I did put Spy Family Volume 1. Interesting. Okay, I'm just not remembering that I did that. I am getting my pen here, so next I'll put that my 114th book was My Sister the Serial Killer. And over here I have a star rating column, and I believe I put this as a 4-star on Goodreads, but I am going to mark it as a 4.5. I really, really enjoyed it. I rarely do half stars, but I thought I would put that here. And then, oh, you know what my issue is? I messed up. So, great, we're already going to need to use whiteout. I completed Volume 2 of Spy Family. So this will actually be my 115th book. And I read this one from 11:3 to 11:4. And now let me go get Spy Family Volume 2, because that is the one I actually read. So uno momento. Okay, got it. So this is actually the volume I need to put in to my reading journal. So that was my 114th book. And I think I gave that one 3 stars also. And I started that on November 1st and finished it November 3rd. So that is how I fill out these opening pages. And I flip to some tallies here. So I'm just going to do both Spy Family and My Sister the Serial Killer at the same time. So Spy Family was physical, and My Sister the Serial Killer was just on audio, even though I have the physical book. I just got it at the library. For Spy Family, it was a 3-star rating, and for My Sister the Serial Killer, I'll mark it as a 4. I'm pretty sure that Tatsuya Endo is a male author, but also they are not American, and technically then that means person of color, BIPOC. And Oyin Khan Braithwaite is female, and she is from Africa. So she's not American, she's from Nigeria, and she is a person of color. So that's how I mark down here. Is there any LGBTQIA+? This is not strictly authors. This is just if there's any representation in the books. And I don't think there is in either of these books, so I can't mark a tally for those. So then here for the genre, for Spy Family, it was manga or graphic novel, I will put. And then My Sister the Serial Killer, I guess, was a thriller or mystery. Age demographic, I think Spy Family is technically YA, and My Sister the Serial Killer was adult. And then the year that these were published, great question, let's check. For Spy Family, I believe it was 2019. I don't even know if they have, oh, here it is, copyright. 2019. So we'll mark that here for Spy Family, and My Sister the Serial Killer came out in, 2017 was the original. So we will mark that here. These are just for stats at the end of the year. It'll be fun to see how it's all spread out. Okay, this one I'm obviously behind in filling in October, but this I just fill out at the end of the month. Then we see my Goodreads challenge. I completed the 70 goal. Here was all the bonus ones, and I had to add even more lines over here. So we will get I use these mild liners to fill these in. So we'll use the gray for Spy Family. And mystery or thriller. It's this like bluish purple. Okay, so this is just a fun visual way to see how many books I have read in the year. Neither of these counted as the Ing buzzword challenge, and now here we are into January, so I need to skip ahead to November. So both of these were my first 2 books in the month of November, so I need to document them here. So I go ahead and this is for my deck of TBR. I don't even have it labeled. Let's quickly do that. Okay, so Spy Family was not on here, but My Sister the Serial Killer was, so I just put a little check mark there that I completed that. So the first book in November was Spy Family Volume 2. By Tatsuya Endo. And then I come down here, and this is just a reference to this number up here. So this, I said, was published in 2019. The format was in print. The amount of pages, great question. Let's look. I did read, there was a little extra episode at the back of this one, or extra mission, Endo called it. So this is hard because there's not page numbers on every page. I'm going to have to do lots of counting. Okay, so 159. '93, 193 pages in Spy Family. Genre, we will put manga. Days took me to read 3. My rating was 3, and I discovered this from Katie Colson's channel on YouTube. Okay, and then for My Sister the Serial Killer, we will put it up here. Just gotta make sure I get her last name spelled correctly. Braithwaite. Okay, and then I said 2017, this was audio. I still mark the amount of pages it was, even though I didn't read them physically. So this looks like 223. 223 pages. And I looked ahead of time just to make sure that the audio was 4 hours and 15 minutes. Genre, I will put mystery here. This took me 2 days to read it, and I gave it a 4.5 star. This one I discovered. I like to have this category in here just so I know how I learned of this book. So this one was a book club recommendation from a friend named B, and it's funny because our book club is called Honeybee Book Club, and just happens that her name is same name as me, Becca, and she goes by B. So that's how I fill that out here. And then we go to this next page, which I will show you a little reference of what I do. I put a picture of the book, the star rating, and then I write a little bit about the book. And then I generally put some quotes in if there was anything of note to mark down. So I went ahead and printed, I knew I was gonna read Spy Family Volume 2 and My Sister the Serial Killer, so I need to cut out these covers in order to tape them in here. So let's do that. A sneak peek of all the other books I would like to read this month. Great, My Sister's Serial Killer is right in the center. So I'll stick these back in this pocket and go to my page here. I generally try to color coordinate the monthly setup of my regular bullet journal with my reading journal. So these were the colors that I used. And so I will use those to put like star ratings on this page and quotes. So I have just this Scotch permanent sticky stuff. And I just put it in like so. What color do I want to do star ratings? I think I want to do this 026 Tombow. I just like this color a lot. So this one was a 3-star. Oops. And then I just generally write a little synopsis of the book. So if you don't want to know what happens in this book, you might not want to read what I write here. And it's never usually written with much thought, just for my own knowledge. So I have to refresh my memory because I read this one a week and a half ago. So okay, so there is Spy Family. And now I will put in My Sister the Serial Killer. I didn't have any quotable moments, by the way, in Spy Family. Usually they're like quotes that resonate with me, mean something to me. We were taught what to think, not how, for an example. So this is just like purely fun, and I didn't really get much out of it philosophically, you could say. So for My Sister the Serial Killer, I'll mark here that I gave it 4.5 stars, and I will write a little synopsis to help me remember what this book is about. I have to try to remember her sister's name, who, I mean, they say Iola in the audiobook. Okay, again, so then here is one I would grab. I would probably do it with this Zig writer, and I would write any quotes, but I don't think I marked anything I was listening to it and I generally put a little bookmark in it, but I didn't note anything super notable. Wow, my vocabulary is really great. So I would generally put quotes here, but I don't have anything here. So that is it for my journal. I will just continue to add books here once I read them for the month of November. And then I will add here at the end of the month how many books I read and how many pages. I'll give you an example for October. 10 books read, 2,988 pages read. So that is how I fill out my reading journal. It's pretty simple, and I think I finally found how I like to do it. There's been kind of a change in, especially from previous years, but then also even in this year, I have done some things differently. So it'll be fun to do a complete flip through toward the end of the year of this journal. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Comment down below if you keep a reading journal and if you use any similar spreads to mine, or if you have anything else you think I should add, let me know down below in the comments. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.